Hey, it's Jack here. Today we're in Lomita, California. We're at the Lomita Railroad Museum. Lomita Railroad Museum was opened in 1966. It is a free attraction. Let's go on inside and check it out. Oh, one thing to note, they do have ample parking. Parking is free. We're going to actually start the tour across the street at what they call the Annex. They have a couple cars over there. The Annex Park doubles as a dog park. Remind yourself to pick up after your pet. They do have trash cans around, but they do not have any bags for you to pick up the dog dump. So you're going to want to bring that with you when you bring your dogs out here, as you should anyway. They do have two cars over here. We have the Union Oil Company of California tank car. And across the back there, they have a wooden box car from 1913. And they have signs reminding us that the box car is unsafe, to stay off the structure. We can see here the dry rot on the wood. They probably have dry rot underneath as well. The Union Oil tank car, it's from 1923. Filming of this is 2023. So this car is 100 years old. Oh, this is a 1949 Santa Fe Caboose. And we'll go on up inside of the Caboose here. Again, Santa Fe Caboose from 1949. Was restored fully in 2016. So they got the seats up there where they can look down the line. As we come straight back, we can see the stove right here. So where this glass door is, this originally would have been probably a wood door. You have the sink there, and if we come to this side, it's hard to see with the glare, but there is the toilet down below. And this too would have probably been a closet as well. They have the glass doors here for the water. Over here, these seats look like it's for crew to ride along. On this side here, they've got the working desk there. And more seats over here. And more seats over here on this side. There's a 35-foot tall water tower they put up here in 2001. Well, the main museum building, which resembles the depot at the Boston and Maine's Greenwood Station in Wakefield, Massachusetts. That original museum was built before the turn of the century. This museum was built in 1966. Over here on this side, they've got the Velocipede hand car. Another name for the Velocipede hand car is called a pump trolley pump car, a jigger, and a Kalamazoo. This was built in 1881 by the Fairbanks Moore Company for the Maine Central Railroad. Well, this engine was built in 1902 by the Baldwin Locomotive Works in Philadelphia for the Southern Pacific Railroad. This locomotive, when it was in use, ran between Los Angeles and San Bernardino. And behind that engine, this is a whaleback or half-round tender built at Southern Pacific Sacramento shops. Tender holds 7,300 gallons of water. Fuel is carried in the forward portion, with water in the second. Well, we can see there that we got some stairs to go up. We'll go inside and check out what the engine looks like. Oh, this is pretty cool. They've got this diagram here that tells us about what all the switches, knobs, and dials do inside the engine. And they ask us, do not touch any of the instruments or the equipment. So we'll just sit here and take a gander, show you what it's all about. Engineer always sits to the right side of the train, and right here is a throttle lever that engineer would handle. Now if we look out the window, we can see the train depot here, and right across, Union Pacific Caboose. And speaking of that Union Pacific Caboose, it's a 1910 Union Pacific Caboose built by Bettendorf for Union Pacific Railroad. They do have this open where we can step up inside, so we'll check this out. Oh, here's in the back, they've got a brakeman's uniform for Western Pacific Railroad. Also in the corner they have a potbelly stove. No longer accessible. They've removed the rungs to ladder where you could crawl up top and look out. But safety first, they want you to stay off. But here's some classic pictures of how they got here. This shows the Union Pacific oil tender getting dropped off. Here's the caboose getting dropped off. Down below that they have the locomotive getting dropped off. And then down below that they've got more of the locomotive getting dropped off. And what's really cool is you can see the museum right there. Well, with all that said, it's time to go inside the railroad depot and check out what they've got. It says, "Welcome, please come in. Please no food or drink, and definitely no smoking." We come in, we got this model train right here. Chicago and Alton Railroad. This bench was used in Omaha, Nebraska at their train depot. And it's sitting here now in Lomita. Well, right here we've got some artifacts. These are the glass insulators that used to line the telephone posts. We got the telegraph keys right here. Here's a telephone with that telegraph key. And down below that they've got various paper money from the railroads. Well, this is pretty cool. If you wanted to try to tap out some Morse code, you could do so right here. They've got that hooked up to a battery, but currently not working. Battery must be dead. Up across the top they have the Golden State Limited. That was in service from 1880 to 1890. Here's pictures of El Capitan and Yosemite National Park. Over here they got a picture of the Union Pacific Big Boy. We've got this chart right here telling where the surviving big boys are located. And we have been to Holiday Park in Cheyenne, Wyoming to see that big boy. This down below here is a 1-inch scale Annex type 442 locomotive. We'll have to come all the way out this way to California to see a Tonopah, Nevada elevation 6034 sign. Well, it's pretty cool. This pays homage to the Pacific Electric Railway. That was the trolley system here in the Los Angeles area back in the day. Well, there's no information on this pipe organ here, or calliope. It looks pretty cool. It's been painted, restored with the railroad painting right there. Up across the top they have various signal lights. Over here they have conductor's lantern from 1865. They got a candle lamp. There's some pocket watches down here, railroad pocket watches. Down below are some old railroad uniform buttons. When I first saw this sign, it reminded me of the signs outside the Disneyland Railroad. It looks very similar, except this one's for Hawaii. Over in the corner they have an exhibit of a bunch of railroad spikes. Over here on this side they have a play area for the kids. And it's also their gift shop. Over here we can see in the gift shop they have some books available. They got some agate, got mugs, insulators, and of course some model trains down below. In their other cabinet they've got a steamer book. They have actually a model kit of the Lomita Railroad Depot here. And then pocket watches and some trains for the kids. Also part of the gift shop they have t-shirts and zip-up hoodies, as well as these hats. And of course the stuffed bear in the corner. Although the museum is free, they do accept donations. Well, I hope you enjoyed this walk around tour of Lomita Railroad Museum here in Lomita, California. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and we'll catch you on the next one.